This is Greenland, the largest island on Earth, a land where ice covers more than 80% of the surface, a place so remote, so cold, and so massive that it holds the key to the future of our planet. Ever wondered where this giant, icy landmass is actually located? Greenland lies between North America and Europe, deep in the Arctic region. You might think it's part of Canada, given its proximity, but politically, it's an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. And here's a common point of confusion, despite its colossal size. Greenland is not a continent. It is, officially, the world's largest island. This unique position, caught between continents and cultures, makes Greenland a fascinating blend of North American geography and European governance, all wrapped in a distinctly Arctic identity. The sheer size of Greenland is something that truly defies imagination. We're talking about an area of more than 2.1 million square kilometers. To put that into perspective, imagine taking France, Germany, Spain, and Italy, and combining them all. Greenland is still larger. It's a land of epic proportions, yet, for all this vastness, human life clings to a surprisingly small fraction of it. Only a narrow, rugged strip along the coast is habitable. The rest, the immense interior, is buried under a seemingly endless blanket of ice, a silent, frozen heart that dictates life and weather for the entire region. At the core of Greenland's identity is its ice sheet, a natural wonder of staggering scale. It's the second largest on Earth, trailing only the colossal ice sheet of Antarctica. The thickness of this ice is almost beyond belief. In some places, it plunges down over 3 kilometers. That's nearly 2 miles deep. Imagine a stack of ice reaching higher than some mountains. But this ice is more than just frozen water. It's a priceless scientific archive. Trapped within its layers are bubbles of ancient atmosphere, dust, and volcanic ash, preserving a detailed climate record that stretches back hundreds of thousands of years. It's a frozen time capsule, offering us a window into Earth's distant past and the dramatic climate shifts our planet has undergone. So, what if this ancient, massive ice sheet were to melt? The question isn't just hypothetical, it's one of the most critical issues facing our planet today. If Greenland's ice were to melt completely, the consequences would be global and catastrophic. Scientists estimate that it would cause global sea levels to rise by about 7 meters, or 23 feet. Think about what that means. Major coastal cities around the world, hubs of culture, finance, and millions of people like New York, London, Tokyo, and Shanghai would face unprecedented, devastating flooding. Large parts of these cities would simply disappear beneath the waves. This is a stark reminder that what happens in Greenland does not stay in Greenland. Its fate is intrinsically linked to the future of coastal communities everywhere. Despite its immense size, Greenland is one of the most sparsely populated places on Earth. Only about 56,000 people call this vast island home. The majority of the population are Inuit, a resilient people whose ancestors have thrived in this unforgiving environment for thousands of years. Their culture is a testament to human adaptability, a masterclass in surviving extreme cold, prolonged periods of darkness during the polar night, and profound isolation. They developed unique hunting techniques, traditional knowledge of the ice and sea, and a deep spiritual connection to the land that has allowed them to build vibrant communities in a place where many would think life is impossible. Their story is one of survival, heritage, and deep respect for the powerful nature that surrounds them. The name Greenland might seem like a bit of an irony today, given its icy landscape, but believe it or not, Greenland was once partially green. The name isn't just a marketing trick from the past. During warmer climatic periods, thousands of years ago, parts of the island were covered in forests and verdant meadows. Even more recently, about 1,000 years ago, the Vikings, led by Eric the Red, sailed from Iceland and established settlements along the southern coast. They found enough green pastures to support their livestock and built farms and churches, creating a unique Norse colony that lasted for several centuries. These historical records and archaeological findings paint a picture of a very different Greenland, reminding us that its climate has never been static. Greenland is not just ice. It is a land of stark contrasts and profound significance. It is a repository of Earth's ancient past, a home to a resilient culture, and a critical barometer for our planet's future. What unfolds on this massive island in the coming years will write the next chapter not just for Greenland, but for all of us. Greenland is often seen as a distant, frozen island. A vast expanse of white at the top of our world maps, seemingly quiet and remote. But in recent years, global attention toward Greenland has been steadily increasing. Nations, scientists, and industries are looking north with renewed interest. So, why does this remote Arctic land matter so much today? What is it about Greenland that is capturing the world's imagination and strategic focus? Let's explore why this massive island is becoming a quiet giant on the global stage. To understand Greenland's modern role, we first need to look at its relationship with Denmark. Greenland is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. This means it has a significant degree of self-governance. It has its own parliament, known as the Natsisart, located in the capital city of Nuuk. This parliament manages most of Greenland's internal affairs, including education, healthcare, and local economic policies. However, the Kingdom of Denmark retains responsibility for key areas like foreign policy, defense, and currency. This unique political structure allows Greenland to navigate its own path while being part of a larger kingdom. It's a relationship that has evolved over centuries, from a colonial past to a modern partnership. This balance between autonomy and shared responsibility is central to how Greenland interacts with the rest of the world. It shapes every international agreement and every discussion about the island's future, giving Greenland a distinct voice while being anchored within the framework of Danish foreign relations. Understanding this dynamic is the first step to grasping Greenland's growing geopolitical significance. Now, let's talk about location. Location. Greenland's position on the globe is incredibly strategic. It's the world's largest island, situated squarely in the Arctic Ocean, acting as a massive bridge between North America and Europe. This geographic placement is becoming more important than ever. For centuries, the Arctic was a frozen, almost impassable barrier. But as the climate changes, new possibilities are emerging. Greenland is at the heart of potential new shipping routes. The Northern Sea Route and the Northwest Passage could significantly shorten travel times between Asia, Europe, and North America, and Greenland sits right at this crossroads. Furthermore, its location is vital for scientific research. It's an unparalleled natural laboratory for studying climate change, ocean currents, and atmospheric science. Over a dozen countries have research stations there. And let's not forget aviation. The flight paths between North America and Europe often pass over Greenland, making it a critical area for air traffic control and navigation. This geographic centrality means that what happens in Greenland doesn't just stay in Greenland, it has ripple effects across the globe. Given its strategic location and unique environment, it's no surprise that international cooperation is a major theme in Greenland's story. Many countries and international bodies are actively engaged with Greenland, but this isn't about rivalry, it's mostly about collaboration. The primary focus of this cooperation is science. Research in Greenland provides invaluable data on climate change, which affects the entire planet. Scientists from the United States, Germany, China, and many other nations work alongside Danish and Greenlandic researchers to study the ice sheet, monitor wildlife, and understand Arctic ecosystems. This collaborative spirit extends to safety and navigation. As Arctic waters become more accessible, ensuring safe passage for ships is a shared responsibility. Countries work together on search and rescue operations, ice monitoring, and developing better maritime charts. Infrastructure development is another area of partnership, with discussions around improving airports and ports to support both local communities and international activities. These partnerships are built on a shared interest in a stable, predictable, and scientifically understood Arctic. They highlight a modern approach to geopolitics, where shared challenges like climate change foster cooperation rather than conflict. Beneath Greenland's massive ice sheet, which covers about 80% of the island, lies another reason for the growing global interest: natural resources. Geological surveys suggest that Greenland could hold significant deposits of minerals. including rare earth elements, which are essential for modern technology like smartphones, electric vehicles, and wind turbines. There's also speculation about potential oil and gas reserves offshore. As global demand for these resources grows, and as advancing technology makes extraction in harsh environments more feasible, interest in Greenland's potential has naturally increased. However, this is a topic of careful and complex discussion within Greenland and internationally. The conversation is not just about economic opportunity, it's deeply intertwined with environmental responsibility. The challenge lies in balancing the potential for economic development with the need to protect the fragile Arctic environment. Any future exploration would need to adhere to the strictest environmental standards. For now, much of this potential remains just that potential. The focus is on research, surveys, and, most importantly, a robust public debate about what kind of future Greenlanders want for their land. Perhaps the most powerful force shaping Greenland's present and future is climate change. The Arctic is warming at a rate 2 to 3 times faster than the global average, and the effects are dramatically visible in Greenland. The Greenland ice sheet is melting at an accelerated pace, contributing significantly to global sea level rise. This has profound implications for coastal communities worldwide. While the melting is a source of global concern, it also creates a complex new reality on the ground. As this recedes, it uncovers land that has been buried for thousands of years, potentially opening up new areas for mining or agriculture. It also means that sea routes that were once blocked by ice are becoming more navigable for longer periods of the year. This paradox is at the heart of the Arctic's transformation. The very process that poses a global threat also unlocks new economic and research opportunities. This drives home the urgent need for responsible management and international cooperation to navigate the consequences, both positive and negative. Greenland is not just a victim of climate change, it's a front row seat to its effects and a critical location for understanding and responding to it. So, what does the future hold for Greenland? The path forward is one of careful decision-making. Greenland is at a crossroads, facing important choices about its economic future, its role in the world, and its relationship with its unique natural environment. The discussions happening within Greenlandic society are rich and multifaceted. They are about finding a way to create sustainable development that benefits local communities without sacrificing the traditions and cultural heritage that have sustained life here for centuries. It's a conversation about balancing the promise of new industries with the deep-rooted importance of fishing and hunting. It's about ensuring that Greenland's own people are the primary beneficiaries of any new developments. This isn't just a top-down process. It involves local communities, politicians, entrepreneurs, and young people all contributing to a vision for a prosperous and resilient future. The world is watching Greenland, but the most important conversations are happening right there, in its towns and settlements, as its people chart their own course. As we've seen, Greenland is far from just a remote, frozen land. It is a place of immense strategic importance, a hub for critical scientific research, and a land of both profound environmental challenges and potential opportunities. Its future will not be shaped by any single nation or interest, but by a delicate interplay of local decisions, international cooperation, and a deep, abiding respect for nature. It is a quiet land, but one with a powerful and growing voice in our modern world. One of the most mind-boggling facts about Greenland is its complete lack of a road network connecting its settlements. You can't just hop in a car and drive from one town to the next. The rugged, icy terrain and vast distances make building and maintaining roads virtually impossible. So, how do people get around? The answer lies in the air and on the water. Small propeller planes are the lifeblood of the country, acting as intercity buses, ferrying people, mail, and essential supplies between the scattered coastal communities. Helicopters are also crucial, especially for reaching more isolated outposts or for medical emergencies. In the summer, when the coastal waters are free of ice, boats become the preferred mode of transport, offering a slower but more scenic way to travel along the dramatic fjords. And when winter blankets everything in snow and freezes the sea, the snowmobile takes over. It's not a recreational vehicle here, it's an essential tool for hunting, traveling, and simply living. This reliance on air and sea travel shapes the rhythm of life. Weather is not just a topic for small talk, it's the ultimate authority. A sudden storm can ground all flights for days, isolating communities and forcing everyone to adapt, to wait, and to respect the power of nature. Life here requires a different kind of planning, a flexibility that's been woven into the fabric of Greenlandic culture for centuries. Now, imagine the sun setting one afternoon in late autumn and not seeing it again for weeks, or even months. This is the reality of the polar night. In the northernmost parts of Greenland, the sun disappears completely below the horizon from around November to January. The world is plunged into a prolonged twilight, a palette of deep blues, purples, and blacks, broken only by the glow of town lights, the moon, and the ethereal dance of the northern lights. The darkness is profound, and it brings with it an extreme, biting cold that seeps into everything. Temperatures can plummet to unimaginable lows, making even the simplest outdoor task a serious undertaking. This perpetual night has a deep psychological impact. It can disrupt sleep patterns and lead to a kind of collective hibernation. But it also fosters a unique sense of community. People gather indoors, sharing stories, music, and meals. The darkness isn't just an absence of light, it's a distinct season with its own rhythm and its own stark, otherworldly beauty. For those who live through it year after year, the first glimpse of the sun returning in the new year is an event of immense celebration. A powerful symbol of hope and renewal that most of us can only imagine. So, how does an entire country function in such a remote and extreme environment? The economy of Greenland is built on what the land and sea provide. Fishing is, by far, the most important industry. The cold, clean waters surrounding the island are rich with shrimp, halibut, and cod, which are the backbone of the nation's exports. Fleets of trawlers and smaller fishing boats brave the harsh conditions of the North Atlantic, their crews working in some of the toughest conditions on the planet. This connection to the sea is more than just economic, it's cultural. Beyond commercial fishing, tourism is a growing sector. Adventurous travelers come from all over the world to witness the colossal icebergs, hike the pristine wilderness, and experience the unique Inuit culture. Hunting also remains a vital part of life, both for sustenance and as a cultural practice. Many Greenlanders still hunt seals, whales, and reindeer, following traditions passed down through generations. Finally, the public sector plays a significant role. As a self-governing territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, a large portion of the population is employed in government administration, healthcare, and education, providing the essential services that hold society together. When you live in a place where a trip to the supermarket might depend on the weather, your relationship with food is fundamentally different. The Greenlandic diet is a direct reflection of the environment, a testament to survival and ingenuity in a land where agriculture is nearly impossible. Traditional cuisine is heavily based on what can be hunted or fished. Fish of all kinds, especially halibut and cod, are staples. But the diet also includes marine mammals, which have sustained the Inuit people for millennia. Seal meat and blubber, known as muktuk, which is whale skin and blubber, are traditional foods rich in the vitamins and fats needed to survive the Arctic cold. These might seem extreme to an outsider, but here, they are simply food. They represent a deep connection to the natural world and a heritage of making use of every resource. Of course, modern life has brought imported foods to Greenlandic supermarkets. You can find pasta, chicken, and vegetables in the stores, but they come with a hefty price tag due to the cost of transportation. This creates a unique blend of old and new, where a family might enjoy a traditional seal soup one night and a pizza the next. It's a culinary landscape shaped by necessity, tradition, and the inescapable realities of living on the edge of the world. Life in Greenland is not a romantic Arctic adventure. The same factors that make it so unique also create significant social challenges. Isolation is a constant reality. Being physically cut off from the rest of the world, and even from neighboring towns, can take a heavy toll. This is compounded by the long, dark winters. The extended period of darkness can lead to seasonal affective disorder and exacerbate feelings of loneliness and depression. For some, alcohol becomes a way to cope with the darkness, the isolation, and the historical traumas faced by the Inuit people. Alcohol abuse is a serious and persistent problem in many communities, contributing to a range of social and health issues. Consequently, mental health is a major and growing concern. The suicide rate in Greenland is tragically high, one of the highest in the world. It's a complex issue with deep roots in cultural change, social pressures, and the psychological strain of the environment. Recognizing these challenges is the first step, and there is a growing movement within Greenland to address mental health openly, to provide better support systems, and to encourage people to seek help. It's a difficult conversation, but a vital one for the future and well-being of the nation. Given all these immense challenges, the isolation, the darkness, the cold, the social issues, one question naturally arises: why do people stay? Why choose to build a life in one of the most unforgiving places on Earth? The answer is as complex as the landscape itself, but it often comes down to one powerful word: home. For the Inuit majority, this land is their ancestral homeland. Their culture, identity, and spirituality are inextricably linked to the ice, the sea, and the animals. Leaving would mean severing a connection that spans thousands of years. There is an incredible sense of community and belonging in Greenland's small towns. People rely on each other. Neighbors are not just neighbors, they are an essential support network, a family. And then there is the land itself. While it is harsh, it is also breathtakingly beautiful. The scale of the nature here, the silent, majestic icebergs, the vastness of the ice sheet, the raw power of the ocean instills a profound sense of awe and connection. For many Greenlanders, the noise and rush of the outside world feel alien. Here, there is a quiet, a peace, and a freedom that cannot be found anywhere else. This land is harsh, yes. But it is also pure. It is challenging, but it is also home. In the end, Greenland stands as a paradox. It is a land of ice that is warming faster than almost anywhere else on the planet. It is a place of deep-rooted tradition grappling with the rapid pace of modernity. It is a society that is both fiercely independent and reliant on its ties to the outside world. To call it the edge of the world is accurate in a geographical sense, but it misses the point. For the 56,000 people who live here, this is not the edge of anything. It is the center of their universe. It's where families are raised, where traditions are honored, and where the future is being forged against a backdrop of some of the most dramatic scenery on Earth. Greenland teaches us about resilience, adaptation, and the incredible strength of the human spirit to find life and create home in the most unlikely of places. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you found this story compelling, please consider subscribing for more explorations of our world's most fascinating places.